To start Lesson 1, we'll open up Final Cut Pro. Now you'll see the icon at the bottom of the screen. It looks kind of like a movie clappers from a movie set. Double-click to open it. Before you do anything, you want to save the new project to a folder, and in that folder, you're going to put everything you're doing for the project. So in the top toolbar, you're going to look for File. Click File, and then go down to Save Project As. Before you name your project, put the project in your named folder. We're going to go to the SJet folder, and then you're going to go to the folder that has your name on it, and then we're going to create the folder for the project. I'm going to call it Sample in this case. So right there, you just hit Create the new folder, and then you're going to put Sample. You're going to call your project Sample. So let's put the project name, and we're going to put, now we're saving the project into the project folder. You also want to name the sequence. I would go ahead and name the sequence right now. Also make that the name of your project, Sample. And we'll explain all of that later. The next vital part is you want to set your folders up so that everything you save in this project is going into your project folder. This way, none of your project gets lost or deleted. It's also important because you don't want your information stored on the computer hard drive, especially the media, because this quickly clogs up the hard drive space and eventually it's going to shut the computer down. This is called setting up the scratch disk. To set up the folders, go to the top toolbar, Final Cut Pro, and go down to System Settings. This top setting right here is the most important. It sends any video or media you import, basically meaning video you're downloading to the computer, into your folder. So click Set, and here, when you set your folder, since you just recently created the sample folder, it's right there. You scroll down and you choose that. Now you want to do the same thing with these bottom 3 folders. You want to set all 3 of them to that same folder. It's real quick, it's real easy, but this is a huge deal and it will save you a lot of heartache. Never start working on a project without setting up your folders. You always want your work saved to the right spot. Now, once you do this, let's look at your project folder. Go to Finder at the bottom left of the toolbar. And now you're going to go into the folder that you just created, this one called Sample. And you should have 4 things in your project folder immediately. Your project itself and 3 folders. 2 of these are render folders, and we'll explain what the render folders are. Audio, render file folder, and a render file folder. Now, the Capture Scratch folder is where your imported video will end up. So if you're looking for that initial video that you imported, you just go into the Capture Scratch folder. And I would suggest putting all of your media into there. The auto-saved vault is incredibly important. Projects are automatically saved every few minutes on this computer, so if you forget to click Command S for save or you do a file save, the computer does it automatically every few minutes. It automatically saves it for you in an auto-save vault folder. If the program quits suddenly or freezes up or there's a power failure, now you've set up a folder that has your most recent projects, and this area is where you're going to find it. That's another reason why you always want to set these folders whenever you work on a project. You always want to know where your saved versions are, and you just did that when you set the folders up. The autosave folder will end up with these folders when the computer does its first automatic save in a few minutes. In case of problems, you can quickly restart a recent version of your project, and it's a huge time saver in that case. That is Final Cut Pro Lesson 1.